All the best players in Valorant play controller. Yep, I'm gonna say it. Forget you stupid duelists who just no calm and throw my elo. I firmly believe that controller mains are the best players in Valorant. Without these people, this game would be a lot less fun and would actually be impossible. I mean, have you ever tried to play Breeze without smokes? That's like going to the beach without sunscreen. So today, we're going to be breaking down some of the best Radiant controller players in the world. In order to be a good smoker, you need to have good game sense, awareness, and just be a smart person. So from them, we can all learn what it takes to be one of the best. Now let's get started. To start off this list, I want to mention how on a lot of pro teams, the controller is usually the in-game leader, otherwise known as the IGL. Without one, pro teams are at a major disadvantage. What players like Boaster for Fnatic do out of the server will never show up on the scoreboard. And I'm tired of people bashing on him for not putting up insane stats. His ability to adapt on the fly wins his team's rounds. I mean, let me show you.
Sides here of Maze.
Wall up, Zest still here. Well, he wasn't around for long. Boaster finding the opening, Mako with the shock dart in his lap. The spike goes down. Durka finds value with the tour de force. Mako still around, but my goodness.
So throughout this game against DRX, Fnatic has scaled up the right side of site together and have gone either for a safe plant or have tried to take backside with their Sage Wall. What DRX do in response is utility dump this right side of site so Fnatic can't scale up. Boaster then calls for his team to scale up the left side, wall off the left side of site, and file in through this left side. Because DRX is dumping so much utility on that normal plant spot, Boaster adapts and has his team plant mid-site. Now you might be thinking, what? Planning there is so troll. What are they doing? Well, believe it or not, this plant spot actually isn't that bad. All this forces Fnatic to do is play closer up on site, play around their Sage Wall, like play on pipes, and just fight the retake. It's mid-game adjustments like these that really make Boaster shine. And if I see one more comment about his stat line, I'm gonna fight you. So eat your boasties and leave him alone. For this second clip, you're gonna see Boaster's IGLing and adaptation shine again. Just watch this.
In a player who's stepping up, looking like his stage 2 online performance as well. It's one of the things that we wanted to see, I think.
There's the Viper Roll put down to try and deny that flash from getting any value. See if they can get the jump peak, and they instantly punish Astra. Gorgeous play.
Beautiful, man. Hiding in the orb, they don't give a sound cue. Astra forced to jump peek it because he's like, okay, well, they could have timinged it. Wonderful punish from Fnatic, and now they're getting right into the side. Selo was holding up close, but again, only the Spectre in his hands. Will still here, showstopper right in the tube, and that's Alfio again claiming another.
Fnatic knows that 100 Thieves has been fighting down long every single round, and they finally punish them for it. They decide to immediately throw their Viper Smoke Orb down, everyone hop into it and dodge the flash. This catches Astra off guard and gives Fnatic the opening kill. Now, this is something we've seen before, but this is definitely something that Boaster keeps in his back pocket in case the opportunity presents itself. The amount of preparation, VOD review, and work outside of the server that he does is insane. But this round is also the perfect example as to why it's not good to do the same thing every round. Like we've mentioned in our previous guides, better players will punish you for being predictable. Now, just because you're a controller, that doesn't mean that you have to be the IGL. Actually, there are a few players who I'd argue frag out on this role and really shine their brightest. Marth is one of those guys. Some would say that guy. Some of the plays that Marth pull off in official tournaments can't go unnoticed, and we could learn a lot from them. This first clip is an ace that shows off a combination of perfect Omen utility, repositioning, and nice shots. Take a look. So as his team is making a ton of noise trying to execute on B, this gives Marv the opportunity to find a lurk timing up mid. He knows that the market player, if there is one, is going to be preoccupied with sight. So he focuses his crosshair for defender spawn, where the first rotate should be coming in to re-clear mid. Sova knows his position, so now he has to make a play, because 1, his team is down, and 2, Omen's kit is built to make plays. His teleport is an awesome reposition tool that allows Omen to make round-winning plays. By teleporting across spawn, he forces Sova into jump spotting. He then jukes out the remaining A player, gets the kill, and now his team is free to go A. Instead of sticking around at spawn, he repositions towards catwalk, waits for his teammate to take contact on site, and he swings out for a free kill. He then uses his own smoke to play in, spam the spike, and then he wins his team the round. Again, plays like these just go to show that controller players really are the best players. In this second clip, Marvin is coming in for the retake, and since his team is down, he needs to come up big on this play. He starts by trying to take a fight in lamps, but he notices that his Sky is close behind him in his spawn. Before Boom Esports can go for the plant, he asks for a flash, swings, and isolates the gunfights and wins them both. Now this next move he makes really distinguishes a good player from a great one. He understands that Raze just popped her showstopper, but if he doesn't make a bold play, he's going to leave his Sky in a 2v1. So what he decides to do is run down the Raze, overwhelm her, and try and kill her before she kills him. This plan works great, and he ends up setting his teammate for a winnable 1v1. Again, this might look like a throw, but in reality, it was the smartest play. So as many of you know, Viper is arguably the strongest controller in the game. Her ability to cover long sight lines, anchor down sights, and lurk are probably the best in the game. Nats is a top tier Viper player, and some of the plays he makes are insane. Good Viper players know how to reposition and stay alive, and great players can do this. Watch this clip.
Tanks. Only one B max. Okay, that's better.
Honestly.
Poison orb emitting.
Neon is the only one missing, I don't know.
I think he pushed a day, no?
3 enemy remaining.
Astra was push a day, but maybe
That's
he's
this
coming back
tunnel,
late.
tunnel.
I don't
He was
know.
like, yeah, and
Dude.
For those of you who don't know, pause is a very important part of Breeze. It allows you to pinch the sight from 2 different angles, apply pressure, or just lurk. In this clip, Nats has run up Halls, opened the door, and has applied a ton of pressure by doing so. His team decides to rotate, and he sticks around, isolating his gunfights one at a time. But notice how each time he kills someone, he's in a different spot. This is why repositioning is so strong. One of their teammates is coming, Viper's in Halls! But within 5 seconds, that call is useless, and Nats is already under bridge. Being able to reposition like this, as you can see, will win you rounds. In this next clip, Nats is playing Viper like she should be in this meta. Here, watch this clip.
They won that.
Enemy spy B. Poison orb emitting.
Pushing one.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Poison's off.
If you're playing on Icebox, the way you typically defend B is by clogging up this plant spot as much as possible. By placing your smoke orb like this, it'll block the entry onto site, but also decay whoever is trying to plant the spike. But if you're feeling extra spicy, you could hop into it, rat around inside of it, and get some extra kills. Now, ever since Astra's nerf, people have been playing her less and less. But the funny thing is that a lot of pro teams still play her, and they play her just as much as Omen. Granted, she probably shines more in a team setting, but she's still good in ranked play. One of the best players that main her is Zeta Division's Sugar Zero. Some of the plays he pulls off with her makes me kind of want to pick her back up. In this first clip, Sugar Zero pulls off a nasty clutch that's literally only possible with Astra. Take a look.
Zero finds something. He's just not gonna show up in time. Pass is weak. Sure.
He didn't get half.
Yeah, he's pulled him off. Turret cleared out 58 HP. He has to push forward. He's got past the shot. The spam is there. A 1v1. Pass weak. Sugar Zero as well. The tap, the swing.
So Sugar Zero ends up in a 1v3 and is stuck A main. He decides to aim at Heaven and try and isolate his 1v1s. After he gets a kill, he backs up and immediately uses his gravity well to stop the defuse. After that, he places his smoke in such a way that he can isolate a fight from himself and the operator. He swings up the right side, sees about a frame or two of the Killjoy, gets the kill, hopbacks into his smoke, and then comes back out when Jet tries to half it. Then he finishes the clip. This was the only way that Sugar Zero ends up winning this round. Had he played it any differently or even made one small mistake, he loses it. Being able to pull off plays like these make a case as to why you should be running Astra over Omen. In this next clip, Sugar Zero does a perfect job of anchoring down a site on ascent. What a lot of good controllers do is they'll place smokes on site, and these make it awkward for attackers that are trying to clear it out. Notice how the enemy team simply can't keep track of him. One moment he's in the smoke, then he's back site, he hops back in it, then he swings through it and finishes the last 2 kills. Smokes like these are really nice, because the longer that you can stay alive, the longer you're buying your team time to rotate and come help you out. And you can do this for your teammates too. If you see that they're getting bombarded on their site, and you notice they can't get out, give them a smoke to play around. Being able to help your teammates from across the map, stall for as long as you can, and then even manage to frag out, go ahead and tell me with a straight face that these aren't some of the best players in the game. So hopefully you guys now have a newfound appreciation for controller mains. Without them, ranked would be awful, and if you never had controllers on your teams in ranked, you'd lose every game. So after this video, find a controller main and thank them for what they do for this community. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel down below. It really does help us out. But before you go, keep in mind that this is all just one of many in-depth guides that we have on our website. Also, if you want a chance at having your VOD reviewed, be sure to subscribe on our website at SkillCapped.com. We also have tons of Radiant Smurf commentaries where we have Radiant players walking through exactly how to have the most impact possible in a bunch of different situations. It's also backed by a rank improvement guarantee, and the reason to do that is because you're just that confident that our service will work. And if it doesn't work, then you shouldn't pay. So what are you waiting for? You got nothing to lose. Head on over to SkillCapped.com and get started on your way to that rank that you deserve. All right, and that's all for us. I'm Teets, and we here at SkillCapped want to thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.